Good morning, Anna. Well, I don't think we're going to do a whole lot of farming today because I've got a spade truck coming in to move a bunch of evergreens in over here. Hopefully by the end of the day, this looks a lot different right here. We're going to try and fill some of the evergreens in back in the driveway. I think we're going to have to make the tough decision to take down some of these bigger ones because they're really not that attractive of a tree. They don't look bad from that side, but you get back here and you can see where the other trees were growing into them, and once we lost them, they're really, really thin. And I want them to be beautiful and cover my house a little bit from the road, so we're gonna do it. We've got an electrician down here and another crew that brought us some lights. So today, our biggest project that we have going on for the day is that we are actually going to be replacing the lights in the main farm shop. I will show you the lights when we get there and how dark they've actually gotten. They are not the LED bulbs yet, so we are going to be changing out the actual, what's the word I'm looking for? Fixture. We're going to be changing the fixtures out and putting in full LED bulbs. So we are going to go from lights that were pretty dang good when we put them in to lights that are out of this world phenomenal, I'm told. Better catch her, Didge. We're also supposed to be getting a concrete pad poured here later today that we're going to be putting a big generator on so that when we get storms that roll through and we don't have any power for several days, we've got a generator that will actually run the shops and the house and keep us going. It's not going to run the grain dryer and the bins, but it will run the shop and the house. Got to move the important things in the shop. We can't be having lights or tools dropped on the Scottsdale. Are you okay on camera?
Like I said before,
you asked for it.
I got a face for radio. Do you want to unload this and then with your forks?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll move the other important items first here. Anna, I'm sorry, but no ride today. We're not at 1 million subs yet. I mean, if I were her, this is the tractor that I would want to ride in. I can ride in that fancy new stuff anytime. White lightning.
We've got 16-foot candles, 17-foot candles coming off the ceiling.
That's like, what do you call that? Candle power?
For instance, an NBA basketball court is 120-foot candles. Right now, like I said, you got 16. Now we got 18.
18-foot candles.
It all depends where you are compared to the light.
So we've got the center lights on here. We have the ends off, but the doors are also open, bringing some light in.
We had lights on earlier, all of them on. You had about 22.
22? Yep. Okay. What do you think we're going to end with?
140.
More than a basketball court?
That would be more than a basketball court.
So we won't be able to play basketball in here.
You do have a basketball hoop, though. It would work for that.
Will we be able to see it, though, when it's that bright?
Yes.
Maybe I've been a fantastic basketball player my whole life. I just never knew it because we didn't have proper candle lighting.
That's just it. That's just it. You put the new lights in it, you might start getting calls from the pro teams.
Boy, I don't know. I'm pretty busy. I'd probably have to turn them down. Sleek. So they're a little more flush, a little thinner.
It'll be closer to the ceiling than what you got up there.
Okay.
You get a bigger top.
Are the bulbs replaceable, or how does the bulb work in there?
The LEDs are warranted for 100,000 hours, and the drivers are warranted for 50. And typically, what goes out is the driver.
Oh, really?
What you do if that happens, we'll either get you a new fixture, or we'll pop this out, and get you a new driver. You put the new driver in. It'll be like one side will go out instead of the other. And then
okay. So these lights, you guys are the dealer for Keystone.
Yes, this is a Keystone fixture, and Keystone Technologies. They're a really good company. They're awesome people. We're Northwest Lighting out of Tracy, Minnesota.
Out of Tracy, Minnesota. Home state company.
Right on. So give us a call, 507-530-1232.
There it is. That'll all be linked down below. Check that out. Would you two quit it? We're busy. All the time with you.
Yeah, the nice part about this is there's no wires involved. So you could put the fixtures up now, and if you wanted to put them in later, just one fixture here, you could add the sensors in later yourself. Don't need an electrician to come out to do it. Don't have to worry about getting shocked. They're just as simple as, yeah, you just screw it in. They come with a remote, and the remote you can set up to how you can dim it down if it's too bright for you, however long you want it on there, how low you want it to dim to. So if you wanted on an exterior light, if you wanted like to dim it down to 10%, so, and then once he's motion it flashes whoever it sees, you could do that as well.
Can you put that on an app, because I will lose the remote within 15 minutes?
Yes, they do make a Bluetooth sensor, and you can put as many as you want on there. You could have thousands on that Bluetooth.
So you could, essentially I could control every light on this farm with my phone app?
Yes.
Oh, yep.
So can we put a couple of these in today?
Sure.
Put one by each service door?
Sure.
And then that way when we walk in, we got at least one light that'll click on for us. Let's go see what we've got to pull out for new trees. Are you kind of wanting to go with? All right, back here, Didge. Good dogs. You sit back there where you're corralled. Wiper. Ooh, doesn't wipe on the inside. Heads up, cat. Now I know there's gonna be comments on this video from people, here, you girls want out? People wondering if we ever actually plant trees. All we do is tear them down. That's not true. I don't want to tear these trees down on my driveway. They were awesome trees, but they're destroyed now. So I'm gonna replace them with nicer trees that are here that we planted 10, 12, maybe 15 years ago back here. And once we've got some of these cleared out, we're gonna come in and plant more rows here. So we planted all these, we planted shelter belts around the woods. We plant more trees than we take down. Okay, I got a dozen of them marked in this row that are fairly even. I got 2 or 3 little ones like this that I'm just gonna leave for now, let them grow up a little bit. I gotta find 4 more. Okay, me and the girls we have 16 evergreen trees marked and 2 oak trees as of now. So there may be a few more added here. I'm gonna go look at the woods and see what I think a little more. Ultimately, I know I'm being real fussy here and spending way more time than I probably need to or should, but I want them to look nice. I want what I want. I think I got all my main tree lines marked out here. I walked around, moved them around for a little while and got them. I'm real fussy on that, I don't know. But it's 8:30 and this guy's not here yet, so I guess I'm gonna just start taking down some of these ones that I know gotta come out anyway. Cat, you don't wanna ride, do you? All right, hop in. Come on, girls. Climb in. Anna, climb in. No, this door. It's this door that's open. There you go. You had to make the loop? Okay. You gonna ride up front with me, Cat? You're a good kitty. You're good dogs. Do you enjoy ranger rides? I know you two do. I'm gonna grab a spade, just to check for stumps under where he's digging, get a chainsaw. All right, time to go get the skid loader. I'm gonna try to we got a hydraulic pincher attachment that'll yank medium, small size trees out. I'm gonna go see how much I can pull out with that. Our tree pincher attachment is right back there. Normally we wouldn't have so much stuff here, but most of this is stuff that came from the shed we lost. So we kind of need to put it somewhere for now. I hate it. I hate wrecking trees, I really do. Those things took 20, 25 years to get nice, and only a few minutes for the storm to destroy them, I guess. Now this one really grew crooked. mean, it's full on one side, but obviously it's just not an attractive tree. Sorry, tree. Easiest one of all of them is down. Several more to go. This one here's got the top broke off because a tree landed on it, and it's just kind of ugly and thin anyway. And it's one of them ones with the double split. So we're gonna get rid of it. I really like how clean it pulls them out. Just by the roots, leaves all the dirt in place, so that is handy. Come on, get off of there. That's the two easiest ones of the day, but now there's a really kind of a thick brush pile that I can get to since I moved one of those trees. I'm gonna grab the grapple bucket and try to pull some of that brush out of there and shove it back just so it's less visible from the house. This thing is a beast, and it's such a handy attachment to have, aside from when it blows hoses and fittings, which it does. And there is my tree guy, so I'll give him the rundown on what the plan is. We'll put a plan of action together. Whoa, full-on double tree spades. And just like that, we have a plan, and they're started. Hopefully, we can knock this out. Bringing 2 spades is obviously gonna speed that up quite a bit. You see what I mean about this thing being sweet? Look at that. Well, remember I mentioned the hose thing? The bucket is sweet, but there's always hose problems. I don't understand. We've replaced both those hoses a couple of times and the fittings on one of them. Right now the hose didn't blow, but the fitting popped out and it absolutely will not stay in. I can get it compressed in where it should lock, but it does not lock. And I don't really have time to mess with it too much, so I'm just gonna drag off what I got left here and keep moving. They've got a couple holes dug. There is tree number 1 that's about to go in. That's a big hole. There's a nice rock. I bet they like that. Tree 2 is already back. And there's a tree. They claim I don't need the skid loader down there to level some stuff out for them, but I'm gonna run down there just to make sure they're not struggling. Everything looked good down there, so I grabbed a hose, got some water going. I'm gonna see how much water pressure we got coming out here. It's slow, but that'll do. For those who don't know, which is gonna be 99% of you, at least, I actually used to do this. I used to move trees. Before YouTube, moving trees was one of my couple different side gigs. When YouTube took off, I got out of the tree deal, concentrated a little more on that, but I had a 65-inch tree spade on an international truck. Did that for several summers. Isla was wondering how this works, how these shovels dig in there and dig such a big hole. See that? There's 4 of them, and one at a time they just cut right in. There it is. That's pretty cool, huh? Takes a lot of power. Hydraulics are cool. It's always good to fill the cracks around the tree just to close the roots off to the air. If the roots get too much air, it's a problem. So I'm gonna toss some dirt down in there while I got the hose running and try to seal these things up a little. Oh, almost lost my shovel. forever. We got one here where he found a big rock when he was pulling it out, so he lost a lot of dirt. So I'm gonna help him kind of fill some of that in so we don't end up with the tree sitting way down in the hole, and hopefully if it makes it. Otherwise we'll swap it out next summer if it doesn't make it. Got a little more dirt to fill in here, but we were able to get that thing in there pretty straight. I'll put some dirt on top of it. Usually they don't like that, so hopefully it turns out okay. But he's actually got a pin in his spade that's coming out, so we're gonna go beat that in with a hammer. And then I gotta make sure our septic line going to the tank in the shop is out of the way. Sledgehammer do it?
I think so.
Okay. You're in luck, we have some.
Perfect.
All right, back to my job now of rescuing this tree. Got some clay mixed in with the dirt there. We got really yellow clay underneath our topsoil, so that's what's mixed in here. Mechanics. Landon, Zach Johnson, how's it going? I am good, but I need a hydraulic hose made. Is there somebody there that can do that if we're in there in about a half hour? Okay. These boys blew a hose on their other truck, on the blue one, so they got it yanked off. They actually got somebody coming with a pickup. They'll throw the hose in, go get it made, but they may as well run over to our Midwest Machinery because it's about 10 miles versus the one where they're from is about 30. These guys didn't like the lighting above our bench either. So you say we're hoping to double the amount of light here based on that reading, but they'll also take less energy as well, I'm assuming? Yeah. And you didn't have to change the fixture, you're just changing...
Yep, so we're just retrofitting the fixture.
There we are. What do you got?
76 out here. Yeah. But right here we got what you had before when you're directly under. So right here we're at 45, 70, 85. We're directly under it.
So we're about double right at the bench.
Yes.
I brought us a workbench.
It has now been several hours later here, and the lighting guys, I kind of left them alone to go check here and see what things look like. I know they're finished with the high bay lights in here. They got a few things they're going to come back and finish up in a few days. But let's see what this looks like. It's not nighttime yet, but I can tell this is a major improvement. They look really nice and sleek too. Very modern looking, which is what matters in your shop when it comes to your high bay lighting. They left the pastries. Looks awesome. Better put this beast away so it's not sitting in the sun. And you know what? They never showed up with our cement truck today. I'm not the guy contacting the actual concrete company and the truckers to get them out here, but I didn't hear from anybody. The plan was Thursday. We didn't have a time. I guess it's only 5 o'clock. I don't think they're coming today. Let's go do some crop scouting here in the new crop scouting tool. There's nothing wrong with the Ranger. The Ranger works just fine, but this is a 1000cc turbo, so. The corn actually does not look bad at all. Overall, we actually had a good amount of heat, especially in July. It cooled off later on when pollination started kicking in, and we have had actually really timely rains. It was dry right after planting. We were a little worried it was going to stay dry again, but honestly, we've had some pretty timely rains, and things do not look bad at all. They pollinated well. The stalks are healthy. They're not running out of anything out here. You can see down at the bottoms here, they're not running out of anything right now. Everything actually looks really good. There you can see pollination all the way to the tip. I haven't counted this one yet, but it looks pretty big. 18 by 32, 34. Not a monster, but decent sized. I think, honestly, for the way we were looking this spring, I mean, this stuff got in 2 to 3 weeks later at least than what we would have liked to get it in. Probably a month later than what we would have liked, but hopefully we're starting to catch up now. We've got a lot of really early maturity corn. That's hopefully going to help us out. We've got a second LP tank now that we need to get plumbed in, but it's there. We've got the storage. As of right now, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think we're setting up for an okay harvest at this point. However, it was last year after this time that we had 2 major storms roll through and level everything off and made it not nearly as fun of a harvest as we thought we were going to get. Let's jump across the road. Now, in my opinion and the opinion of a lot of people I've talked to, including agronomists, the soybeans actually look like they're making out better than the corn, which would make sense. They don't benefit quite as much, I don't think, from the earlier planting around here. But they are tall and they're filled with pods all the way to the top, and they're still going to set more as long as we get some good rains. 18 by 32, 34. Not a monster, but decent sized. I think, honestly, for the way we were looking this spring, I mean, this stuff got in 2 to 3 weeks later at least than what we would have liked to get it in. Probably a month later than what we would have liked, but hopefully we're starting to catch up now. We've got a lot of really early maturity corn. That's hopefully going to help us out. We've got a second LP tank now that we need to get plumbed in, but it's there. We've got the storage. As of right now, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think we're setting up for an okay harvest at this point. However, it was last year after this time that we had 2 major storms roll through and level everything off and made it not nearly as fun of a harvest as we thought we were going to get. Really fill out and make good soybeans. So I have high hopes. I hope everything falls together here. Comes together here. All in all, after the hellacious start that we got to the season and as tough as it was to actually get in and start planting this spring, things are looking pretty good right now. So cross our fingers. We're good here over the next few weeks. Couple more hours have gone by. They are almost finished filling in these 2 lines here. Wayne over here in the Dakota spade with the white truck, he's actually going to bring some oaks in. We're going to throw 3 oaks in here. Got a couple nice Colorado blues over there. I'm going to go find our 3 oaks. He's got his truck fixed there. That went pretty quick. We'll find our 3 oaks. Got a couple smaller ones here and here. Need one more. Well, those guys are going to town on those last 3 oak trees. I'm gonna head down here. I promised Onyx, if he got the go-kart ready, that I would take him racing at our local track here that's just 20 minutes up the road. And he did. He changed the oil, he changed spark plug, he got the tires all ready to go and mounted them on there, so we're ready to go. He said the cart's loaded up. I'm gonna make sure everything's solid here, and then I should probably go clean up a little bit so I don't stink quite so bad. Looks like he's got it loaded up and strapped down. I missed it, but there he goes. Done with our last tree. Now I know it's close to these ones, but those ones will be coming down. That's a nice little tree. Hopefully those will grow up and close this up. We got one of our oaks sitting back here. I love oak trees. I wish this whole grove was oak trees. What do you think of our new trees? I like them too. It'll take some time. We're going to plant a little grass in there, make things nice. Well, thanks for watching.